Hi, I'm Richard Atkinson. This video will discuss the hilarious counterpoint in the finale of Haydn's C major quartet, Opus 64 No. 1, including an example of irregularly metrically shifted counterpoint. I described what this means in my previous video, and this quartet was originally going to be part of that video as one of its examples, but I decided the entire movement deserved its own separate video. You can watch the previous video by going to my channel or by finding the link in the description below. The movement begins with this light-hearted theme played by the first violin and transitions quickly to the dominant key. The second theme in the dominant key of G major is a variant of the original theme, this time played by the lowest three instruments. Haydn now hints at the eventual metric shifting that occurs in the development section, with these shifted fragments that enter on the downbeat instead of on the original upbeat. At the same time, the first violin plays this configuration, a variant of which will become important in the development and recapitulation sections. The exposition section ends with this silly closing theme, combined the second time with an even more whimsical counter-subject before the original theme is played one last time. The amazing development section begins with this loud outburst and a dramatic pause. The unaccompanied cello now quietly plays a variant of the first theme in the surprising new key of A flat, a half step above the previous key of G major. I say surprising, but in reality shifting up a half step to the flat 6 in relation to the key of the movement is a frequent, almost formulaic sudden key change that occurs in many other Mozart, Haydn, and Beethoven sonata movements, very commonly at this same location. The music quickly intensifies, with imitative entries of the theme increasing the texture from 1 to 4 voices, with the tonality constantly shifting upward, with the fragmentation of the contrapuntal entries, and with crescendos to forte. The intensification continues with a more energized 16th note accompaniment, as the violins have still upward shifting imitative entries of the theme that again become fragmented. Now, as the viola and cello have normal entries of the theme, the first violin plays hilariously confusing, irregularly metrically shifted entries of most of the theme, with the note that normally occurs on the downbeat shifted to the weak third eighth note of the measure. The second violin simultaneously plays this figure related to the green highlighted motif from the exposition. The cello also later joins in with a shifted entry. Now the original theme and green motif appear together before the green motif takes over, cascading downward to this forceful forzato note, which hilariously transforms into this whimsical statement of the theme, transitioning to the recapitulation section. Now listen again to the entire development section without interruption. In the recapitulation section, the green motif plays a large role, occurring again as a countersubject to the main theme. The orange closing theme from the exposition section never reappears, and instead we hear additional combinations of the main theme and the green motif. The movement ends capriciously by gradually fading away to the final pianissimo measures.